Life's journey isn't always smooth sailing. We all face tough times, but they don't have to hold us back. In fact, they can make us stronger. Think of obstacles like stepping stones. They might slow you down, but they also lead you to where you want to go. As Jordan Peterson says, what you aim at determines what you see. So let's aim high and tackle those obstacles head on. First things first, we need to acknowledge the obstacles in our way. It's like recognizing a big rock in the middle of the road. You can't just pretend it's not there. Once we accept that challenges exist, we're already halfway to overcoming them. Remember what Les Brown says: confront your obstacles with courage, face your fears, and let them push you forward. Life is a journey, and every step counts, even the tough ones. When things get rough, don't give up. Instead, see obstacles as opportunities to learn and grow. Tony Robbins says, decisions shape our destiny. So decide to keep moving forward, no matter what. Every setback is just a chance to become stronger and wiser. Resilience is like a superpower. It helps you bounce back from anything. Angela Lee Duckworth calls it grit, and it's all about sticking with your goals, even when times get tough. Think of it as a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. So don't let setbacks get you down. Keep pushing forward, one step at a time. Sometimes it's all about perspective. Even when things seem bleak, there's always a silver lining. Viktor Frankl, who survived the Holocaust, said, "When we can't change a situation, we can change ourselves." So look for the lessons in every challenge. They might just lead you to something better. In the midst of chaos, it's easy to lose sight of our goals, but staying focused is key to success. Eric Thomas puts it bluntly, "Want success as bad as you want to breed." Keep your eyes on the prize, and don't let anything distract you. With determination and belief in yourself, you can overcome any obstacle in your path. Imagine you're playing a game of basketball. You have to throw the ball into the hoop, right? Well, imagine if you were trying to throw the ball into the wrong hoop. You wouldn't score any points. That's what Jordan Peterson means when he says, what you aim at determines what you see. Let's break it down. What you aim at means what you're trying to do or achieve. It's like having a target in mind. If you aim at hitting a bullseye in archery, you focus all your attention on that target. Now, determines what you see means that your focus decides what you notice or pay attention to. Imagine you're on a treasure hunt, looking for a shiny gold coin. You'll keep your eyes peeled for anything shiny because that's what you're aiming to find. So putting it together, if you're aiming for success or happiness in life, you'll notice all the things that can help you get there. You'll see opportunities and ways to improve because you're focused on your goal. But if you're always thinking about how things could go wrong or how you might fail, that's what you'll see more of. It's like wearing glasses that make everything look gloomy and dark. So it's essential to choose what you aim at carefully. If you aim for good things, like being kind, working hard, or making friends, you'll start to see more of those good things around you. It's like magic. What you focus on grows bigger and brighter. Remember, just like in basketball, where you aim the ball determines if you score points or not. So aim high in life, and you'll see a world full of wonderful possibilities waiting for you. Les Brown once said, accept responsibility for your life. Know that it is you who will get you where you want to go, no one else. But what does that really mean? Let's break it down. Imagine you're on a journey. You have a map, and it shows you where you want to go. Now, think of yourself as the driver of a car. That car is your life, and you're the one in control of where it goes. Just like a driver, you have to make choices about which roads to take and how fast to go. Taking responsibility means understanding that you are the one driving your life. You can't blame others if things don't go the way you want them to. Sure, sometimes things happen that we can't control, like bad weather or a flat tire. But even then, it's up to us to decide how to respond. So, how do we get to where we want to go? It's all about making good choices. Just like on a road trip, we have to decide which direction to go and which turns to take. We have to set goals for ourselves and work hard to reach them. But here's the thing, we can't rely on someone else to do it for us. We have to take charge of our own lives and make things happen. It's like being the captain of a ship. You have to steer the ship in the right direction and keep it on course, even when the waters get rough. Sometimes, it might seem easier to blame others for our problems. Maybe we didn't get the grade we wanted on a test, and we want to blame the teacher for being too hard. Or maybe we didn't make the soccer team, and we want to blame the coach for not picking us. But blaming others won't get us anywhere. Instead, we have to look at ourselves and ask what we can do to make things better. Maybe we need to study harder for the next test or practice more for the next tryout. It's all about taking responsibility and being willing to put in the effort to reach our goals. So if the next time you feel like things aren't going your way, remember what Les Brown said: accept responsibility for your life. Know that it is you who will get you where you want to go, no one else. You're in the driver's seat, so take charge and make your journey a great one. Have you ever heard the saying, slow and steady wins the race? Well, that's kind of like what Angela Lee Duckworth meant when she said, grit is living life like it's a marathon, not a sprint. Imagine you're in a race, not just any race, but a super long one like a marathon. You start running, and at first, you might feel really excited and full of energy. You're zooming past everyone else, feeling like you're going to win for sure. But then, after a little while, you start to get tired. Your legs feel heavy, and it's hard to keep going. That's when the real test begins. See, in a sprint, you just have to run as fast as you can for a short distance. But a marathon is different. It's all about pacing yourself and not giving up, even when it gets tough. That's what grit is all about. It's about sticking with something for the long haul, even when it's hard. It's about being patient and persistent, even when things don't go your way right away. Think about it like this. Imagine you're trying to learn how to play a new song on the piano. At first, it might seem really tricky, and you might mess up a lot. But if you keep practicing, little by little, you'll get better and better. Or maybe you're working on a big project for school. It might take a long time to finish, and there might be times when you feel like giving up. But if you keep pushing through, step by step, you'll get it done. Life is a lot like that. It's not always easy, and sometimes it feels like you're not making any progress. But if you keep going, even when it's hard, you'll eventually reach your goals. So the next time you're faced with a challenge, remember Angela Lee Duckworth's words: grit is living life like it's a marathon, not a sprint. Take it one step at a time, stay patient, and never give up. Have you ever felt stuck in a tough situation? Maybe it was something you couldn't change, like a rainy day when you wanted to play outside. Well, there's a smart man named Viktor Frankl who said something really interesting about situations like these. He said, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Now, what does that mean? Let's break it down. Imagine you're at school, and you forgot to bring your favorite toy for show and tell. You can't change the fact that you forgot it, right? But instead of feeling sad or frustrated, you can change how you think about the situation. Maybe you decide to talk about your favorite book instead, or you share a funny story about your pet. By changing your attitude and thinking creatively, you can make the best out of a not-so-great situation. Viktor Frankl was a very wise man who went through some really tough times. He lived during a time when many people faced challenges, like being treated unfairly because of who they were. But even in those difficult moments, Frankl realized that he couldn't always change what was happening around him. Instead, he focused on changing how he responded to those situations. Let's think about it in another way. Have you ever been playing a game and found out you were losing? It's not fun, right? But instead of giving up, you might decide to change your strategy. Maybe you try a different approach or ask for help from a friend. That's kind of like what Viktor Frankl meant when he talked about changing ourselves when we can't change a situation. So the next time you're faced with something you can't change, like a rainy day or a forgotten toy, remember Viktor Frankl's wise words. Instead of feeling stuck, Challenge yourself to find a new way to look at the situation. Who knows? You might discover a solution you never thought of before. And that's pretty cool, isn't it? Do you ever think about what it takes to be successful? Well, there's this guy named Eric Thomas who said something really interesting. He said, "When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful." Now, what does that mean? Let me break it down for you. Imagine you're underwater and you need to breathe. What do? You do whatever it takes to get air, right? You push yourself to swim up to the surface, even if you're tired. You fight through the water because you know you need to breathe to survive. Well, wanting to succeed is a lot like needing to breathe. When you really, really want something, you'll do whatever it takes to get it. You'll work hard, even when it's tough. You'll keep going, even when you feel like giving up. That's because success becomes as important to you as breathing. Think about your biggest dream. Maybe you want to be a doctor, a teacher, or a famous soccer player. Whatever it is, ask yourself, how bad do I want it? Do I want it as much as I want to breathe? If the answer is yes, then you're on the right track. You're ready to put in the work and make your dreams come true. But if the answer is no, then maybe you need to think about how much you really want it. Because if you want something bad enough, nothing can stop you from achieving it. So, remember Eric Thomas's words. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. Keep that in mind as you chase your dreams. Work hard, stay focused, and never give up. Because when you want something as much as you want to breathe, you'll do whatever it takes to make it happen. Strength is like a superpower we all have inside us, but sometimes we don't know where it comes from. Tony Robbins, who is like a wise wizard of motivation, once said something really important. Strength does not come from winning. Your struggles develop your strengths. But what does that really mean? Imagine you're trying to lift a really heavy rock. At first, it seems impossible, but as you keep trying, your muscles start to get stronger. The rock doesn't get lighter, but you get stronger. That's kind of like what Tony Robbins is saying.